The NBA draft is almost here, and we're going to be live for every single pick, and we'll have all the picks in before the major networks. And unlike some, ESPN will actually talk about all the draft picks as well. Even that pick 55 overall, we'll discuss it, even if it's someone you haven't heard of before, because we know what you want. You want actual draft pick discussion, not random interviews or whatever. So if you want every single draft pick before the major networks, hit that big red button and subscribe today.
All things Mavs.
Let's head over to the Dallas Mavericks for some more rumors here. How about a Lou Williams trade? Jimmy, what's going on here?
So Jonathan Givony of ESPN came out with a recent draft article, a recent mock draft, and said teams like the Clippers are very interested in the number 18 overall pick because that's kind of right in the sweet spot of they're going to find a role player, not going to find a star, but a guy that can come into a rotation. And league executives, so not the Mavs and not the Clippers, but just league executives.
Other NBA executives, got it.
Believe that Lou Williams could be on the move to Dallas for that 18th pick. Now, Lou Williams making $8 million in 2020, 2021. He's, of course, the sixth man of the year multiple times. Not this last year, of course, that was Montrezl Harrell, but I don't get it for Dallas personally.
You add another scoring guard who can handle the ball, so it's not just Luka. It's an upgrade over the J.J. Barea, Jalen Brunson combo at guard, I think.
It is, but here's the thing with Dallas. Yes, they are kind of, closer to winning right now, but they're not in quote-unquote must-win right now mode, and that's more of what Lou Williams is. And so this 18th pick is a guy that could come in and develop alongside Luka, develop alongside Porzingis. And Lou Williams is older and doesn't play any defense. But on the Mavs side, when you really start to look at it, he would be a huge upgrade over most of their options on the bench. Now, I love Seth Curry. He started most of last year.
Trey Burke's my dude.
Yeah, and I assume Seth will be moved back to a six-man role this next season when Dwight Powell probably starts again. Trey Burke, he's a free agent. Who knows if he's coming back? I think he will be back. Maxi Kleber coming off the bench. Love him to death. Not really going to be your go-to scoring option like a Lou Will would be. Jalen Brunson, more of a pass-first point guard. And then you have J.J. Barea, who, of course, is expected to come back, but he's not going to give you 18 per game for Lou Williams.
His numbers will probably drop just with a healthy Brunson and Curry and Burke being more involved, too.
Absolutely. So, listen, I get it from a perspective of you want to upgrade your bench, but I don't think Dallas is willing to move young pieces and young draft assets to go out and get a guy like Lou Williams who's going to hurt their defense when they were already the 18th best defense in the league, and they were already historically the best offense. There's just no reason to go out and get another offensive guy like Lou Will.
All right, Mavs fans, we'll talk with some more rumors out there around Dallas in a second. But if you haven't already, go subscribe to our Dallas Mavericks channel at youtube.com/allthingsmavs. Hater Jimmy, always breaking it down for you guys, everything going on around the Mavs. So if you're watching on our Chat Sports channel, it's youtube.com/allthingsmavs. Or if you're watching on our Mavericks channel, well, you're already there. All you got to do is hit subscribe. It is that simple. Another trade rumor here around Dallas, and I am intrigued by this one, Jimmy. How about Buddy Hield to the Mavs?
I am intrigued, I am thrilled, and I am all for it. Now, I know I just literally said, okay, Dallas doesn't need to go out and get another great offensive guy like Lou Williams, but Hield is different because he is purely a spot-up three-point shooter. He doesn't need the ball in his hands, and he's young and can develop alongside Luka and KP. Now, the latest rumor is coming out that Hield wants out of Sacramento, as does anyone and everyone. And he prefers being moved to the Dallas Mavericks.
Classic move, going from California to Texas.
Yeah. So, it's just rumors. It's just talk. Nothing coming from the main Mavs guys like Brad Townsend quite yet. But we know the Mavs have shown interest in Buddy Hield in the past, and I think that could recirculate. Another interesting nugget for you here, Tom. He's been working out at a local high school with Willie Cauley-Stein, current Dallas Maverick and former Sacramento Kings. So they could already be talking and potentially make stuff happen. I think Dallas would likely have to offer something along the lines of the 18th and 31st overall pick, along with one of their bench players. Not sure who it would be, but they'd have to match the salary somehow.
It's an interesting idea for the Kings and for the Mavs. I remain a fan of Buddy Hield. He's not perfect. You mentioned the defensive issues, but I'm a sucker for guards who can shoot. And guess what Buddy Hield can do? He can shoot. And I think that was a good fit for Dallas. You have Kristaps. Look at him in a second. Actually, an update on that. You have Luka Doncic. I think making Hield your number 3 scoring option would be a really good fit for them.
It absolutely would be. And Luka finds the open man like nobody else in the NBA. And Buddy Hield would be able to get really even more efficient shots. He's not going to have to score 20 points per game in Dallas if he got traded there like he did in Sacramento, but he could still put up 16 to 17 and do it more efficiently.
And it would also, I think, take some burden off of Luka. Not that you
100%.
necessarily want to, but it's nice to have the option there.
Right.
So pick one of these two scoring guards for the Mavs to go out and trade for. Type W for Lou Williams or type H for Buddy Hield. Sounds like you're going to type in your H there, Jimmy.
I'll be typing my H. I do not want Lemon Pepper Lou anywhere near the Dallas Mavericks.
Lemon Pepper's good, though.
Lemon Pepper's great. I don't like Lemon Pepper Lou. So
Okay.
hard pass. I'm good on him. If we got Buddy Hield, I would be ecstatic about getting him on this team. I think he'd be a perfect fit with this current Mavs team.
Let's update you guys then on one Kristaps Porzingis, and unfortunately, Jimmy, this is not an ideal update. He is still recovering from his knee injury, and the Mavs do not expect to have him to start the season.
Yeah, Donnie Nelson went on a local radio station and basically just said they're going to be overly cautious with Kristaps Porzingis. And although I'm upset about it, and although I don't want him to miss time, it's a smart thing to do because you'd rather have Porzingis for the last 15 games of the season and miss him for the first 15 rather than, play him early on. He's going to have load management anyway. And the Mavs, look, they have the pieces to be okay if he sits out, every other game. I think realistically he probably misses the first 5 to 6 games in December. Once the calendar turns to 2021, which is crazy, by the way, I do think he will become available and really be back in that role of the secondary player for the Mavs. Listen, Tom, he played 3 games on that torn meniscus. So he tore it in game 1 and then went on to play 3 more games. He knew he had the injury. He played through it, so it's obviously not that bad. They're just going to be very, very safe with a guy who has a lengthy history of knee injuries.
Here's what Mavs GM Donnie Nelson said earlier today about Kristaps Porzingis. We're going to make sure his knee is 100% before we put him out there. So that's going to be in the season before we're able to have him join us. When Kristaps was healthy, he and Luka did form one of the best 1-2 punches in the NBA. Kristaps looked like an absolute steal in the trade for the Knicks, but those injuries keep appearing for him.
It's scary. I'll admit. Listen, I'm not going to say it doesn't exist. I'm not going to be, I am the super optimist Mavs fan, but I'm not going to act
hater,
like
Jimmy.
I'm not going to act like Porzingis' injuries aren't there. Listen, first half of the season, a little rusty for KP. Once they got past the All-Star break, he played more consistently. He looked like his All-Star form that he's going to try to get back to next season, but he can only do that if he's healthy. So I want to just heed a warning to Mavs fans. I know it sucks that your second-best player is probably going to miss a little bit of time early on, but it's going to be so much more worth it when you see this Dallas Maverick team make a run in the playoffs with their guy healthy.
I'm going to give you guys a chance, though, to express some concern in a safe environment here. What is your panic level for Kristaps Porzingis? Rate this on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being there's no injury, you're falling for false information. Wrong. 10 being you're freaking out, you want to trade him right now. Where do you fall on that scale, Jimmy? 1 to 10.
I'm at a 6 right now. So I'm a little past concerned and a little more into, this is a thing that the Mavs have to be careful with, but I'm not to a point where it's like, why are we even playing this guy anymore?
I'm pretty concerned, and I might be more of a 7 just because I'm a big Kristaps fan, but big, tall guys who have a history of injuries, normally those don't go away.
Yeah.
So I am at least troubled there, but you guys get your votes in. Rate it for me on a scale of 1 to 10.